Well, it was a train ride that never seemed to end. Two Amtrak trains from Michigan destined for Chicago saw several delays and issues, creating a 19-hour trip. And that wasn't the worst part. Tonight, Fox 17's Matt Whitcoast connected with several riders. Matt, what else happened?
Well, Megan, Amtrak says all started with a power issue with the first train that left Pontiac yesterday morning. Riders said that issue is what made this experience a never-ending problem. Issues like no heat, toilets that wouldn't flush, and no real answers to when they were going to get to their destination.
So this is what the toilets look like. They're completely overflowing.
Emotions high on an Amtrak en route to Chicago Friday.
Supposed to have a really relaxed day, and then it was high stress.
Katie Kobalak is in the Chicago Marathon Sunday. She got on Wolverine 351 in Dearborn at 6:45 a.m. and was supposed to be in Chicago at 10:30 Central.
I kind of put my trust in them to get me there in a stress-free situation. And I was just very disappointed that that trust kind of was broken.
Fox 17 connecting with Amtrak about these issues. Senior Public Relations Manager Jason Abrams says Train 351 stopped 19 miles west of Ann Arbor due to a power issue with the engine.
They kind of stopped communicating with us. I was a little bit panicked.
Abrams says Sarah Pizarziak's 351 was coupled with Michigan Train 353 heading into Chicago, a train both Gabrielle Reese and Madison Gravelin were on to see Harry Styles Saturday.
Like it was like towing a car. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna push them, no big deal.
What seemed like an easy solution to Gravelin and Reese became a bigger deal.
To connect the two trains together, they had to shut off power to both trains. So with connecting the trains and then restoring power to both trains, that was about a 3-hour delay just outside of Ann Arbor.
Pizarziak says the power never did come back.
Toilet started overflowing and the whole train smelled like a porta potty is the best way I can describe it. And everything was like moving and sloshing around. It was honestly so disgusting and so unsanitary.
On the route between Chelsea and Jackson, someone called 911 because of a medical issue. After first responders answered the call, Abrams says a person stayed on board. Kobalak, who has now been on this train for 9 hours, says she was done with it and got off in Jackson. Her brother took her the rest of the way.
I wish they had maybe anticipated other alternatives a little bit earlier so that I could have gotten out of that situation before and maybe saved myself some of the stress.
For others like Sarah, Gabrielle, and Madison who didn't have a plan B, they continue with their trip.
At that point, what they had told us was we were connected to the train in front of us. And at that point, there were no foreseeable issues with getting the rest of the way there.
To many of the riders, the situation only got worse. Abrams says an issue with the brakes popped up.
FRA regulations, we are only allowed to work 12 hours or move the train 12 hours a day. Once we run out, we have to stop the train and wait for the new crew to come in.
Madison and Gabrielle, on their first ever train ride, were lost at what was going on.
Just another thing on the pile. Yeah. I was kind of like, it can't be another thing happening. I'm like, how is this happening?
A new crew did eventually show up.
The crew is not the problem right now. Right now, it looks like we are experiencing mechanical problems. Oh my God!
Abrams says due to the lateness of the combo train, some passengers elected to safely detrain in East Chicago and find alternate transportation.
Okay, I just opened that door by myself and we got off and we're climbing over live train tracks. This is so dangerous, but it's okay.
Pizarziak's 4-hour trip turned into a 14-hour journey.
I don't think you can really see it in this video, but that's our train. We just made it off. We're standing on the side of the road with a bunch of people who we just had to get off. It was so bad.
Amtrak says the one train dealt with a 7-hour delay while the other train ended up having a 4-hour delay. Pizarziak says that she had gotten a ride from her father, while Madison and Gabrielle also got off and got an Uber. Several people I connected with say they'll never ride Amtrak again.
There was one person I did talk to who said she sees this as an unfortunate situation, but does plan to ride back Sunday. In the newsroom, I'm Matt Whitkos, Fox 17 News.